All right, here goes Maurice Byrd.
An ongoing neighborhood dispute in Montgomery County turns deadly. Tonight, a local barber is in jail. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Sheba Russell. The alleged gunman is now facing murder charges, accused of killing the man who lives above his shop. Our Greg Payne starts us off tonight.
It was very shocking. Yeah, it really took me off guard.
Police say just before 6 p.m. Saturday, they responded to a shooting that occurred in the parking lot near Razor Reese's Salon and Spa and right next to Jay McCollum's piercing shop.
I heard what I thought were firecrackers. Of course, now I know those were gunshots. So I went to look out the window and I just saw somebody going from standing up to falling down backwards.
Police say when they arrived, they found 37-year-old Steven Strassburg of Hatboro suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in the parking lot. And still on scene, the suspected shooter, 41-year-old Maurice Byrd of Horsham, the owner of Razor Reese's Salon and Spa.
I saw Maurice over there, and he said that he was on the phone with the police. And so I just didn't really know what to do at the time. All I saw was somebody who was bleeding really badly. I'm in a piercing shop, so I have things like gauze around the shop. And so I just ran back in as quickly as I could, grabbed a bunch of gauze, went out and just held it on the wound on his face until the paramedics came.
Strasburg was taken to a local hospital where he died. Authorities later learned Strasburg lived above Razor Reese's Salon and Spa and had an ongoing dispute with the owner. According to the criminal complaint, Byrd says he was outside the shop smoking a cigarette in the parking lot when he was confronted by Strasburg, who began saying racial slurs toward him. Byrd went back into his shop to get his phone and called 911, where he told dispatch he was being verbally assaulted by Strasburg. Byrd told detectives right before the shooting, Strasburg grabbed his shirt. While still on the phone, dispatchers heard 5 gunshots, a pause, and then 2 more gunshots.
Damn, there's a lot of shit going on, man. So he was outside smoking a cigarette. Some guy came up on him, was talking shit. Hey, nigger, get your black ass out of here. He's smoking a cigarette. He like, man, I'm not putting up with this. 911, do we have an emergency? Yeah, some white guy out here belittling me, calling me names, calling me out of my name. My name is Maurice Byrd. But he's not calling me that. He's calling me black guy. He's calling me black. He's calling me big lip, watermelon eating. You know the rest, officer. Okay, please do not do anything else. Maurice go back outside. Old boy is still out there calling him Blackie. Maurice said, I'm tired of this shit. And allegedly, I think they're about to say Maurice fired off 5 shots. Pow, 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 pow. And then he stopped and then pow, pow. So after those last 2 shots, the guy that does the piercings right next door to the barbershop, he comes outside. He got a lot of guys because that's what he does. Tattoos, wounds start bleeding. So he puts the guys over the guy's wound. Now, they say that the guy got shot in the face also. So he's just sitting there applying pressure to it so he won't be bleeding out. Now, I've never heard this story. So we're about to see what the rest of this says, and then we're going to read the article because I guess he got off of this. But that's what we got up to right now. That 2 minutes is summed up in 30 seconds.
7 casings were recovered at the scene, along with a semi-automatic handgun registered to Byrd, who has a valid permit to carry. Byrd is currently being held at the Montgomery County Correctional Facility, facing first-degree murder charges, and is awaiting an arraignment. As for those living and working in the usually quiet area, many are still a little shaken up.
Totally unexpected. Nothing like that ever happens around here.
Reporting in Hatboro, I'm Greg Payne, Fox 29 News.
All right. So Maurice, he had a registered gun. He let them things fly. All right. So a Hatboro barber was acquitted of murder for shooting a man who attacked him after racist threats. Lawyers for Maurice Byrd said that during his trial this week that he shot Steven Strassburg in self-defense after Strassburg attacked him. Jurors cleared him of any wrongdoing. All right, my man Maurice did things the right way. Told the police, man, we got an accident out here. We got an incident waiting to happen. I'm talking about DOA, dead on arrival. A Hatboro barber who killed a man during a confrontation outside his business last year that he said was racially motivated was acquitted of murder by Montgomery County jury late Thursday. Maurice Byrd, 42, was found not guilty after a 4-day trial in Norristown, in which his lawyer said he shot Steven Strassburg in self-defense after Strassburg attacked him in a drunken rage and used a racial slur. Prosecutors have said the shooting was deliberate and amounted to deletion. They noted that Byrd ignored instructions from a 911 operator to wait for police to arrive and intervene after Strassburg 37 confronted him in an argument that ended in gunfire. See, that's what I was thinking. They were like 911 emergency. Like, I'm just trying to let y'all know what's going on. I kind of knew anybody would. I got a homeboy named Maurice. We call him the other Mo. But Maurice is not saying that my dog Maurice is like that, because my man wouldn't kill nobody, man. Don't put that on my dog. But dudes with the name Maurice, from the Maurices that I know, they pretty much don't give a damn. They in their own world. You don't want to push them because they will react. And this Maurice did the right thing. He heard what the 911 operator said. He stood by. But once Strassburg confronted him in another argument, he had to let them fires go off. Pow, 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 pow. Break. Pow, pow. After nearly 6 hours of deliberation, jurors cleared Byrd of any wrongdoing in Strassburg's June 2024 deletion. As he walked out, Judge Risa Verdi Furman's courtroom, a free man, Byrd, smiling widely, said, "We fought a great fight and the truth prevailed." I know that's right, Maurice. "It was an unfortunate situation, set of circumstances," he added, "but I'm looking forward to moving forward and ensuring to be the best person I can be." One of Byrd's attorneys, Joseph Schultz, said Friday that he was pleased with the jury verdict, which he called fair and just. Maurice is just looking to get back to his life on track, he said, adding that Byrd had expressed an interest in applying to law school. Maurice Byrd, you are a man of the people. Not only did Maurice catch a body, now he wants to go into law school so he can formally know all of the laws, so he can be able to defend himself even further if people want to come and try the wrong person. Now, a lot of people call it fuck around and find out. Strassburg was just drunk. Strassburg let the drink get the best of him. They say a drunk mind speaks the truth. Well, or a drunk tongue or something like that. They say when you get drunk, they say you tell the truth. Let me tell you something. When I get drunk, I get to lying. When I get drunk, I get to lying. I ain't telling no truth when I'm drunk because I know I'm drunk. So really, you can't hold nothing against me because I'm drunk. But in this instance, yeah, they can. If you start saying the wrong shit to the wrong people while you're drunk, then you're going to be held accountable for those words. In a statement with officials from the Montgomery County District's Attorney's Office, said that while they respect the jury's verdict, they stand by the evidence in the case and remain committed to seeking justice and upholding their duty to the community. During the trial, Assistant District Attorney Samantha Kaufman said tensions between Byrd and Strassburg, who rented an apartment next to Byrd's barbershop. The tensions between Byrd and Strassburg, who rented an apartment next to the barbershop, had been simmering for years. Police had been called to the Razor's Reef Salon, Byrd's business, on North York Road. I was about to say, damn, New York. North York Road 3 times since December 2022, according to the evidence presented during the trial. So these two been beefing for 3 years or 2 years because this happened in 24. On one occasion, Byrd told the police that if Strassburg entered his barbershop and threatened him, he would have. Oh, well, shit. Byrd knew his laws. He told the police, he gave him a warning. Like, man, I warned him 1 time. I warned him 2 times. I warned him 3 times. If he come back over here, I'm firing off on him. So the police probably came over there and said, hey, Strassburg, you got to quit tripping. He kept coming over there. So Byrd did the right thing. He was a black man and he wasn't afraid to dial 911 because you need to get this documented. Hey, you guys know, help, police, help, police. I've called you guys several times. You didn't take this situation seriously. So I'm pretty sure they presented all of this in court. He's been saying Strassburg been coming over here. He told Strassburg, you keep fucking around, you really gonna find out. But when you find out, you gonna wake up dead. Yeah, I said it. You gonna wake up dead because you gonna find out that you ain't in the place you supposed to be. You went to sleep in your bed, woke up and fell on the pavement and woke up in hell because that's where I'm sending you. If I gotta shoot you, you're not going to heaven because trust me, you're doing something wrong. You're going to hell. And as my Dr. Umar would say, my good brother,
some of them going to sleep for God.
So fuck around if you want to. Then on June 8th, as Byrd sat outside his store smoking, Strassburg confronted him, according to trial testimony. Strassburg's next door neighbor testified that he saw Strassburg walk up to Byrd, accuse him of being a drug dealer, and called him a dirty nigger. I wonder, was it nigga or nigger? I'm going to go ahead and say it was nigger. Byrd went inside his business and called 911 to report that Strassburg had threatened him, and the operator told him to stay in the salon and wait for the police. Oh, no. I was going to, but Strassburg, he's crossing the line. But Byrd went back outside after seeing Strassburg walk by. Kaufman, the prosecutor, said he was looking for a fight. He could have safely avoided this from happening, Kaufman told jurors during the opening statement. Hey, Kaufman, we're on Byrd's side. But the facts will show you that he didn't want to avoid this. A surveillance camera from a nearby business recorded Strassburg chasing Byrd. Hey, nigger, come on outside, nigger. You freaking drug dealer, you fucking nigger. You've been selling drugs. That's the only way you got this barbershop, nigger. So Byrd called the police. But then on the surveillance camera, we seen that Byrd couldn't put up with what Strassburg kept saying. He was trying to break him. As my boy Torian would say, he's trying to break the buck. It's a bed bucket. And that's what he was trying to do. He kept calling Byrd a nigger. Nigger, 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 nigger. And then it showed Byrd firing at him. Get your ass out of here. I'll show you a nigga. These black ass bullets about to be in your ass. So Byrd got the firing. Pop, 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 pop. He shot off 5 shots. He walked backwards towards the salon. Strassburg punched Byrd several times. So Byrd, he thought he laid him down, but them 5 bullets didn't do enough. Strassburg took those 5. Byrd shot several more times. Pop, pop. During the fight, the video showed Byrd shot him twice. Pop. Then he shot him again. Pop. Once in the neck, once in the back, because those first 5, Strassburg ate. So Strassburg took those 5 punches. Bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. We thought we had a combo on him. Byrd thought he was done, but Strassburg ate them first 5. So Strassburg kept continuing. You shot me, nigger. So then Byrd said, I'm going to show you, nigger. And he shot those last 2 times. Bow, bow. One went that nigga neck, spent his ass around. The next one, bow, hit him in that back, laid his ass down. Now, the neighbor who testified said he saw Strassburg launch himself at Byrd while swinging his fist. So he took those first 5 and he thought he was the Terminator. He thought it was Juggernaut. He thought them bullets weren't going to lay him down. By the time the neighbor went to try and break up the fight, he said he heard gunshots ring out. Pow, pow. That was the last 2. In the neck, spun him around, and then in the back. He then said he saw Byrd raise his hands, place the gun on the ground, and wait for officers to arrive. So Byrd got through letting off 7 shots and said, where the police at? I told them what was going to happen. He came in my store, lunged at me, and I laid him down. The first 5 he ate. I can't lie. When I'm talking to the jury, I'm Maurice Byrd. I can't lie. The first 5 he ate. He ate the first 5. He kept rushing me. If you guys watched episode 4 of Raising Canaan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He rushed me, and I had to put 2 more on his ass. Because sometimes you got a double shot. Pink, pink. We learned that way back ago on what movie was that. But he then said he saw Byrd raise his hands, place the gun on the ground. Byrd's other attorney, Scott Frame, called Strassburg an angry racist, a drunk maniac, and said Byrd shot him in self-defense. He said, Byrd, an Army veteran, salute to my brother in arms, who was wounded in combat, acted appropriately and using deadly force to protect himself. If he believes his life is in danger, he has every right to use his legally owned and registered gun that a war hero is allowed to have, Frame said. Now, that right there would be a good case to be in to witness. Byrd knew what he was doing. He stayed calm. Nigger, nigger, nigger. Went to the phone. Hello. Strassburg is attacking. He is in my building. Matter of fact, he's rushing me right now. He's rushing right now. Pow, pow, pop, pop, pop. 5 shots. Oh, he's still swinging. Pow, spun him around. Pow, laid him down. So I'm just letting y'all know, but the gun will be on the ground and my hands will be up. Remember, when they come in here, I am the black guy that is calling this in, but send the police. So they said Maurice Brown is off, man. They said it was self-defense. And my dog said he's about to become a lawyer. He said he's about to become a lawyer. He's going to law school. Let me see if they got some more audio of it. All right, that was a cool story. I'm glad he...
Saturday, any other day, around 5:30, I'm finishing up a client. I walked her outside and we're just chit-chatting. Saturday, Any other day, around 5:30, I'm finishing up a client, walked her outside and we're just chit-chatting and we heard the first 5 shots. I grabbed her and brought her in and then there was another 2 shots.
A deadly shooting Saturday evening left one man dead, one in jail, and sent neighbors running indoors.
I was like, well, those sound like gunshots.
Officials tell us the shooting happened around 5:45 p.m. in the parking lot outside of Razor Reese's salon on North York Road. According to court documents, the whole thing started with an argument. Salon owner Maurice Byrd was outside smoking when neighbor 37-year-old Steven Strassburg, who lived above the business, started yelling at him, calling Byrd, who's black, racist slurs. This happened multiple times until Strassburg started coming towards Byrd and the owner called 911. According to the criminal complaint, Byrd began to retreat further into the parking lot when Strassburg grabbed Byrd's shirt. Byrd retrieved his handgun from the front of his waistband, to which Strassburg responded, "What are you going to do? Shoot me?" As Steven pulled his arm back like he was going to punch Byrd, Byrd fired several shots and dropped his cell phone.
The man was down in the parking lot. The other man, Maurice, was just standing over him and was kind of like, I didn't know if Maurice was the shooter or if he was just there as a witness.
Investigators and paramedics rushed Strassburg to the hospital, where he died. Meanwhile, Byrd, who stayed at the scene, is now facing a first-degree murder charge. Locals now forced to process a deadly ending to a neighborhood dispute.
I just wish people could be better. We're all the same. We all want the same things, and it's really unnecessary.
Saturday, any other day, around 5:30, I'm finishing up a client, walked her outside and we're just chit-chatting.
All right. Well, what you guys think, man? Maurice did the good thing. Maurice got off. Damn, no. Maurice made it out of there, man. We can't knock Maurice. So our first article was Chris Lewis. He dropped off the kids, so he's gonna do an interview at McDonald's. And then our second our second open case, well, it's closed case now, was Maurice Byrd, an innocent man. He got threatened by a gentleman. He told that gentleman to leave. He had police reports and documentation, and he went ahead and knocked him on off. And well, Maurice is free, you know what I'm saying? Free Maurice until it's backwards. And now it's backwards. All right. What we got? Oh, yeah, let me bring up the